friends, like how are you all? I hope you all are in good health. So basically this is November and not November, like today is 13th of October and I am shooting this video for you to start preparing your syllabus from November if you have still not done anything. This much I can accept that you have done some subjects, maybe because of the preparation for your unit test, or maybe for your half yearlies, or whatever. You have prepared 1 2 3 chapters for your annual as well, and for your unit test which is going to happen maybe in November or December or maybe in October. So basically October is entirely like the month of festival. We see that there is Durga Puja, then Diwali. Most of the people might be using this time productively by finishing off with the syllabus, or by moving ahead to the syllabus of what they are taught in school. And that is a very good thing to do, like to use these holidays productively. I'm not telling that you will it's not that you will not enjoy in these festival. Obviously you will, but at the same time, just make sure that you are taking out enough time to at least cover 1 or 2 chapters each day, because now I guess only 3 months is left for your annual examination, which might be beginning from February or March. So rarely like 3 to 4 months is left. And so, like, if you are a person who is thinking to prepare from November or from October, late October, then this video is for you, because in this video I'll discuss that how you can step by step prepare for your annual examination and score 90 above. So let's begin the video. तो सबसे पहला स्टेप तो यही है दैट यू हैव टू स्टडी, नो मैटर व्हाट सब्जेक्ट यू आर स्टडिंग, फॉर व्हाट आवर्स यू आर स्टडिंग. द फर्स्ट step is itself that you have to study. Okay, now let's come to what you will study, how you will study. If you are panicking about the fact that only 3 months is left, only 3 months is left, because yeah, then, like, if we see, there is a whole lot of festivals, holidays still left. Like Christmas is coming, so you will get again a 15 days holiday. Our school gives 15 days holiday. I don't know about you all. Okay, jo bhi hai. Then other festivals are also coming, like New Year will come, then 1 day 2 days festival will be coming. So you can use those festivals still, and obviously the weekends are given to study, so you can study in that also. Now let's come to a subject to subject discussion. Now, number one, if you are preparing, like, start, I think that English is a subject which you should prioritize at this moment, because obviously if you are a 10th class student, English will be a compulsory subject. So you have to score good in English, and English is a scoring subject. The only fact is that you have to practice a lot. Okay, a lot means a lot, not only in language but also in literature. In language, definitely prepare essays and all those very nicely. Okay, take some books if you want for essays and letters. Then prepare grammar very thoroughly. Do your whatever your weak points are there in English. Maybe you are not very good in tenses, or maybe in structuring sentences, or maybe in adding sentences, or writing essays in a flow. So just analyze what your weak points are and work on it from now, not tomorrow, not next month, from now. Do not underestimate English or your second language at any cost. Now, see, like, obviously focus on your Julius Caesar. You have to be very thorough with your text, whether it's Treasure Chest or Treasure Trove and Julius Caesar. Not only read the summaries of the poem, but even understand what the actual meaning and what the poem actually wants to convey. If you have an idea of the background of the story, then it will be easier for you to frame answers. And yes, framing answer is another challenge for most of the students. So prepare, like, write a few answers, not few, like, practice quite a lot of answers. means how to write it, so that you are not struck during the examination that what to write and how to write, even though you know the answer. But if you are unable to frame your answers properly, you are going to lose marks. Although in literature the marking schemes are not very strict regarding the language or the grammar you are using, but still some teachers can deduct marks for that also. So make sure that you are up to date with your text of Julius Caesar, Treasure Trove. You are very true with your text, and you know the sentences and all those kind of things properly, especially the keywords and whatever important marks that your teacher makes you write in Julius Caesar or maybe in any story. So I think prioritizing English and preparing English, maybe your essay, letter or answer writing in literature, is a must to do thing which you should prepare from today. Now, number 2 is mathematics. Obviously, mathematics is another subject which is a headache for most of the students. So, if you want to score 100 on 100 in mathematics, which is possible, then you have to start preparing from now. I know telling that even prepare this subject, that subject from now is a bit difficult. You can't do all the subject at the same time, but still, like, give 1 or 2 hours to English, 1 hours to math, or whatever you feel like that you mainly lose marks in. If you suppose you are a student who is very good in maths, then you can give more time to English. If you think that you can do English, then give more time to maths or other subjects. Like for me, I guess English or maybe history, geography is a subject where I give more time, because I think that is the few theory subject which is not very easy for me to learn. Maths or physics are the subject, like practical subjects, so I do it later on, but because I am confident that I can do that. So it depends on you. I am just giving a general idea. Now it depends on you how you want to frame this entire thing like. So the second thing is math, and obviously for math, practice and practice as much as you can. Number 3 is science. So definitely for science, if you are a science student, then prepare your physics very nicely, chemistry very nicely, biology very nicely. Especially for biology, do diagram based questions a lot. Like, you cannot take diagrams for granted in biology. Many questions come regarding diagrams, and if you have not done that, if suppose a question comes in biology that you have been given a diagram and you are told to write the function of number 1, number 2, number 3 and number 4 parts, which will be marked in your diagram, and if you do not know the location, your entire that portion of writing the functions of that particular part will be deducted, because you don't know that what is that number 1, which part is that number 1. This happened with me this time in half yearlies. I regretted that a lot, and that's why I am telling with my experience that prepare diagram based questions very nicely in biology. In physics, you need to understand there is nothing to memorize, like रटने का कुछ भी नहीं है. Then numericals, do numericals very nicely. Do not memorize numericals, understand them. Then your chemistry. For chemistry also, you need a lot of understanding. You cannot memorize every single thing. Obviously for molecular formulas and all those, you have to do a little bit of rectification, but not obviously like chapters like periodic table or atomic structure. There you cannot just depend on memorizing. You have to understand what is valency, what is variable valency, how elements are basically kept in a particular periodic table and all those kind of things. So understand. Then is your Hindi, or whatever your second language is, maybe Hindi, Bengali or whatever. You will not take Hindi or your second language for grantedly, because many my friends also, like this time in half yearly, they just thought of preparing Hindi at the end moment and they end up losing a lot of marks. So you cannot take Hindi or your second language for granted. You have to even start preparing them as soon as possible, and make sure that there is no spelling errors or any kind of mistake, especially in the literature portion, because teachers obviously cut a lot of marks in your grammar section. So it's better to protect your marks in literature section, which is a portion where you can get 40 on 40. And then if you will practice essays properly, Hindi is going to be like okay, like it will be going to be it is easy, but the only thing is that we do not practice. It is our like native language, so we cannot say that it's hard, but the only thing is we take it very lightly, which we should not. Computer. Now computer is another subject, like it is easy because mostly there is no theory portion. You have to write the coding. So first thing is that practice a lot of codings, a lot of programs of Java. Theory is not that important. You do not need to memorize anything. If you understand and practice programs, that is going to be enough. कंप्यूटर लाइक वैसे हो जाता है. इफ़ यू प्रैक्टिस प्रोग्राम्स, आपका पहले ही 40 मार्क्स सिक्योर है. उसके बाद 40 मार्क्स थोड़ा बहुत थ्योरी आता है, तो वो एक बार चैप्टर रीडिंग मतलब चैप्टर रीडिंग करने से हो जाता है, या फिर अंडरस्टैंडिंग से भी, इफ़ यू लिसन टू योर टीचर्स व्हाइल दे आर एक्सप्लेनिंग इन द क्लास प्रॉपरली. And then I am also explaining like Java playlist in my YouTube channel, so you can go and see that. I am uploading and I will upload several videos, so you can ask me which chapters you want, and you can even give me suggestions if I am not doing somewhere properly, or any suggestion which you want to give me. I am just ready to take that advice or suggestion from you all. Then history and geography. So mostly history geography theory hota hai, so mainly people do good in these two subjects, but for them who are not very good in memorizing dates or all those things like me, so for them, start preparing history and geography also as soon as possible, because the more you revise, the more it will be easier for you to just keep that all those information in your mind. And for history geography, obviously chapter reading becomes must. So you must have a very good idea about the chapter, and not only about what is given directly in your chapters, but what you learned from that chapters, because sometimes picture based questions also comes, especially from civics, and they ask for your opinion or for your idea regarding any topic. So you, for that you need to be like quite good in understanding that what you learned from this particular topic or this particular protest which happened in past or anything like that. So in all the subject, one thing is common, that is understanding. Now then, practice a lot of sample papers, lot of test papers, because sometimes we know the entire syllabus but we still end up making mistakes because we were not well practiced. So for practice and to be confident, you need to solve a lot of sample papers and test papers, which may be made by your tuition teachers, or maybe your friend, or maybe your friend who is studying in a different school, anything. Then if you are a commerce student, start preparing your commercial studies or economics as soon as possible, because that is also, I think that it takes time, but I do not have much idea about it. So see that what you want to do, but still as far as I know, that you also need to understand like it properly, especially in economics. So understand, like everything is based on understanding. Several understanding based questions do come in exams. So okay, like a little bit of learning is fine, but understanding is must, not only for the examination but for your future as well. Then the last but not the least tip, that is take care of your health to be productive. Sometimes it happens that we are in such panic and anxiety that we forget that we should also take care of our brain, of our health. So especially before your exams and during your exams, you need to be very cautious about your health and how you are maintaining that, because if you are maintaining your health properly, if your surrounding is neat and clean, you will be very much sorted with your mind as well. You will not feel any kind of confusion or something like that which may cause chaos during the examination or maybe before it. So every information will be settled at different blocks in your mind clearly if you see that your surrounding is clean. So make your study table or whatever, wherever you are studying, neat and clean. Keep your surrounding clean, keep yourself well maintained, keep yourself healthy, so that you can use this limited time efficiently. If for the 10th class students, they will be having their pre-boards and all those kind of thing in the entire November, December. They might have completed the entire syllabus maybe. So okay, like whatever it is, if you have not, if you practice all these kind of tips, I think that you are going to do good in the examination. It all the tips were based on my personal experiences till now. So thank you and keep watching.